I'm going to be reading for 24 hours, but not straight, because I just cannot do that. And it's going to be spooky books. So if you haven't seen any of these videos before, this is what people do. They seriously read for 24 hours straight, or that's their goal, intentionally. That is not my goal. I don't want to read for 24 hours straight. Um, and I just like my sleep a little too much to read for 24 hours straight. Yes. And not only that, it's going to be spooky books in honor of Halloween, because I love thrillers, I love spooky books, and I love Halloween. So that is what we are going to go ahead and get doing. So I thought it'd be fun if I showed you my TBR for today's video. Alright, so the first one we're actually going to start off with, which I'm actually 142 pages in, is The Invisible Girl by Jewell. Jewell. So what this book is about, this is about this girl named, I don't know how to particularly say her name. I think it's Safari. And she has basically seen this therapist for 3 years and basically starts stalking him. So, a little creepy there. And she has a secret that she has not told him. And not only has she not told him this secret, he also is not like seeing her anymore because he feels like she's better and just kind of like in the right mind space. But this guy named Owens, who is the next door neighbor of her therapist, basically is the last one to see her when she goes missing on a Valentine's Day. So not the quite holiday for this book, but it's a Lisa Jewell book. I love her book. Okay, wait. I've only read one book by her, and that's Then She Was Gone. Loved it, obsessed with it. And I'm still loving this book. I'm not as obsessed as I was with that book because I read that book in one day and in like one sitting, and I loved it so much. So we'll see if we love this book a lot. I mean, so from that first book and this book, her books are very fast-paced. Okay. So then, surprise, surprise, we have another Lisa Jewell book, and this one is The Third Wife by her. And yes, so we have The Third Wife. Okay, then we have a couple. Where's the next one? Okay, that's not it. Here we go. Okay, then we have a couple interesting ones. These ones are by R.L. Stine, and these are Fear Street, which I have actually watched the movies. I love the movies. So here we have Fear Street, the beginning. So basically this is a couple of, this has four little books, novellas in it. So The New Girl, The Surprise Party, The Overnight, and Missing. And then we have Return to Fear Street, which You May Now Kill the Bride. So we have those two books. Hopefully get two. Alright, a little bit of a camera angle switch out of room, so I fixed that problem. And now we also have 3 books of Natasha Preston, which I actually did really enjoy her. Last month I read 2 by her. I read The Cabin, and then I read The Cellar, which I love The Cellar. Like, I was obsessed with The Cellar. And there's apparently a sequel that is You'll Be Mine, You Might Be Mine, whatever that is. Whatever the title is, from what the synopsis is, it doesn't sound like it's a sequel to that one, but whatever. But this one we have The Twin, The Dare, and The Haunting. These 2 are her newer books, and she's also coming out with another one this year at the end, which is, I think actually in November, which is The Party. And I know this is weird, but I do really love her covers and her titles. They're very simple, and I love how they all start with like it's the something. So there's that thing. Okay, also this one's really cool because this one is signed. So this one is my very first one. It's signed by her, so that's really exciting. Okay, then because I love this author so much, and that is Karen McManus, I have gone through her entire backlist except for one this year. Like, I loved her books from We Were Liars. Or, not We Were Liars. One of Us Is Lying. I loved that series. I love her books. They're so fast-paced. So, I have read every single one of her backlist except for this one, and we'll see if we read it. My goal is to read it by the end of this year, maybe next year, but for sure finish it. But that's really like it, because I love her books so much. Okay, then we have The Clown in the Cornfield. I love clowns. I love clown horror movies, except for Terrifier. Terrifier, or The Clown, I hate that. Terrified me. Like, that actually terrified me. But anyway, I saw the third one, by the way, too. It wasn't the fact that it terrified me, but also so many of the kills were so cringy. It was like, anywho's, but that is what it is. I have nothing to know about it. I see the fact that there's like sequels to this and stuff like that, so we'll see if I like it and get the sequel. Okay, then the last book we have is Mirror Girls, and this one was actually last year in September, Barnes & Noble's monthly pick. So we've had this one on our TBR for a while now, and my goal is to get through a chunk of these. I have a very ambiguous TBR, and I sometimes think that 24 hours a day I can read a lot. I'm not a fast reader, so I don't think I'm gonna get through that much in this video. But like I said, we're gonna start off with this one, and okay, all right, we have this, which is our 24-hour timer. So let us go ahead, if I can find it. Okay, ready? Click start. I am in this. Alright guys, we have been reading for about 2 hours, so that's where we've been reading, and I've actually made a decent dent in The Invisible Girl. So I'm on chapter 31, and I think the last time I kind of like talked to you, I think I was on chapter 25. So I've made a decent dent in here. And I am enjoying it. I think it's a really good book. I do also have to say, I know a lot of people don't like this in like thrillers, books, and stuff like that, but I think if the author can give you good, okay, here's the thing. I think if the author can give you a good just kind of behind or kind of like backstory to a character, like it shouldn't be in like the beginning, but if you gave like a backstory, if like an author can give a backstory and have it go along with the story, I think it'd be well done. Because again, if I'm gonna care about you, right? So am I gonna be sad that this girl named Safri is like missing? But we'll see. We'll see if we do. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really attached to any of the characters and all that stuff. But it's a really good book. So, and I do like how she's basically kind of, as the story's progressing, getting that little information as we are. Also, I did fall asleep last night because I knew that I wasn't going to stay up all night, because there's no way that I could do that. Plus, over here, where is this? It's also kind of like gloomy outside, that perfect fall weather. So either I will maybe read later today, read outside today, we'll see. But I am actually going to go downstairs because I want to get out of my room. And we're going to see how much we read of this we're going to hopefully try to get done. I don't know, we'll see. But it has been 2 hours already, so we have 22 hours left. Oh wait, you can't really see it. Okay, here we go. We have 22 hours left of this challenge, so we're gonna go ahead and start the challenge, or not start the challenge. We'll go ahead and restart the challenge, or not restart. You know what I mean. So I'm gonna go downstairs and read. Alrighty, I just finished Invisible Girl by Jewell, and I would give this book a 4 stars. I enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Then She Was Gone. I love that book a little bit more than this one, but I do have to say I love Jewell's books, and this one didn't quite give me that like uneasy feeling, but some like the plot twist and all that stuff, I really did not guess that stuff, and kind of this stuff that was like happening in jazz. So yeah, but it, like I said, I still really did enjoy this book. I'd still really recommend it, and I still really do like Jewell's books. It just didn't give me that feeling, that uneasy, bone-chilling feeling that Then She Was Gone gave me, which I loved. But still give this book a 4 star. Now let's go ahead and choose our next book. Let us see. I'm gonna go ahead because my TBR is like way over there, so I'm gonna go grab that really quick. Of our books, I don't think I'm gonna read this one by her just quite yet, because I think like it needs a little bit of a break. I am kind of leaning towards reading one of these. I don't know which one. I think I want to do, out of these 3, I think I'm gonna do this one, The Haunting. This one just kind of sounds interesting premise. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and start The Haunting by Natasha Preston. This one is actually one book that does it. I love her books because they're really fast paced. Also, we have, my books has those. Okay, we also have 18 hours, 2 minutes, and 32 seconds left in this challenge. So it took me 6 hours to read the first book, which that's fine. But we're gonna go ahead and basically read this one by Natasha Preston.
A little while since I've updated you, so I thought I would update you on The Haunting and where I am. We are 14 hours into this challenge, and I've made about 118 pages in to this book, and I'm on chapter 10, and I am actually really enjoying it. So what this book is about, it's about this guy named, so Penny, who is the main character, she dated this guy named Nash for a couple years, but Nash's father last year for Halloween did a lot of murders, and I think he killed 5 people in this. He is in jail, but he killed people, and my sister just stole my spot. Up and at him. Hey. My sister just stole my spot. But anyway, so that's what it is. So, so he's in jail, but there's this new set of killings. There's been 1 dead so far, but, everyone thought and thinks that Nash is doing it because, of course, you know, you're related to a killer, you're gonna be a killer. But yeah. So that is basically what it is so far. I actually am really enjoying it, and this is like the perfect time to reading it because it is set place in Halloween. So, yeah, but that is where we are. We are 14 hours left into this challenge, and I'm kind of really happy about that. And yeah. Yes, and I think it might be like a 4-day thing. I don't know. One thing that is bothering me so much in this book is the fact that they keep talking about hot chocolate and like getting hot chocolate, and it's Halloween. Hot chocolate is for Christmas. I just finished The Haunting by Natasha Preston, and I love this book so much. I seriously kind of like really read it in one sitting. I loved it so much. It was one where I read so much of it yesterday. I couldn't put it down. It's also like a very fast-paced read, and I love that about Natasha Preston books. Like, they're very fast-paced compared to this, and I love it so much, and I love her books so much. So yes, I would definitely recommend this, especially if you want like a cool Halloween one. I would recommend this to you. I do have to say, one thing that does suck about hers is they leave on like a cliffhanger, or not like a cliffhanger, they leave on kind of like a cliffhanger. And I like that about her books. I don't know why, but I do. I really did enjoy this book, and I would give this book a 4.75 stars. It was so good. And I would recommend any Natasha Preston books. And this year I've actually read a couple more of hers, because so far I've read The Cellar this year, The Cabin this year, which I didn't care for that one, but and then I read this one, and I really loved The Cellar and this one so much. But now let's go ahead and pick on our next read, because we have, if this can load, 8 hours, 28 minutes and 34 seconds left of this challenge, which is woohoo. So that means we're going to go through and pick out one last book for us to read. Maybe, I think we might pick out and then one book and then a book and a half. I'm not quite sure. But let us go ahead. Oh my goodness. Go ready. Okay. So I have my little stack here. If I don't, okay. So here is my little stack, and we have quite a bit that we could choose from, because we have these, which I don't think I'm mood for this. I am kind of in a mood for like a Fear Street or something like that, because I don't know. I mean, Elisa Jewell, I love Elisa Jewell book, but I don't think I'm feeling any other of like these books so far right now. I don't know. I don't know if we should do Nothing More to Tell by Karen Manis and finish off her backlist, or if we do this one. I don't know, because Return to Fear Street is something, because I kind of want to read a Fear Street book really bad right now. Or should I read this one, which is like about 500 pages, but is like a couple like short stories? Because am I gonna enjoy the short stories? One of the short stories is pretty long though, like the Overnight, that's pretty long. But the New Girl and the Slumber Party, I think I'm actually going to go with this one. So we're going to go to R.L. Stine and Fear Street, the beginning, which this one is just for just short stories, short novellas here. And that's what we're going to go ahead and read. This actually might take me more than the 8 hours, so this might be the book that we finish off with. Last night I fell asleep with only a couple hours left in the challenge, so I didn't really complete the full 24 hours, and I mean, of course, within a 24-hour time period, it's been like 3 days, but in Fear Street, the beginning, I got to chapter 13, page 79 of The New Girl, which is the first one, and I feel like with it, it feels a little bit rushed, and I mean, I get it why, I mean, they're kind of short stories, but it feels like it's just kind of like repeating the same thing over and over again and all that stuff. I mean, I'll continue. Oh my Lana. Oh. Okay, I will continue on reading this book because I do think it's actually a really good book. But, and I love Fear Street. I love the shows. I love the movie. But,
yeah, I also have to say I read, if you don't know who, well, we all know R.L. Stine from Goosebumps, but I loved Goosebumps as a kid. Now getting to read Fear Street, like a little bit older, is kind of, just older, is kind of fun. But, that is where we're at in this video. I did not do the 24-hour read challenge fully, and hopefully maybe stay tuned if you want to see another one, and maybe hopefully we'll actually do it like fully. This is also the first like 24-hour reading vlog challenge that I was able to actually get through the full thing, so that was great. But we read 2 books in this video, 2 full books, The Invisible Girl and The Haunting, and I found out that it takes me about like 8 hours to read a book, which, I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, I'm not that fast of a reader, but that is it for right now. I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys have a good, happy Halloween, and of course you have all those people stay safe and all this stuff. I'll just have to say, make sure that, make sure that Michael Myers does not get you. Bye.